Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 14 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. As you can see, not much change since the last episode. My quarry is still running, and how am I doing on diamonds? I've got 9. I feel like I need a few more diamonds here. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh boy, I might even need more than that. Ugh. Oh well. I'm about to use a lot of BMC here in my transmutation table because I want to upgrade some of my gold ingots to diamonds. And as you recall, we can do that as shown. Now that'll get me 10 diamonds like that. Not bad. I don't think that's quite enough, is it? No, I'm going to need about 4 more of them. So I'm converting a lot of gold into diamond right here. But that's good because I'm going to be using it to build another nifty little toy from Equivalent Exchange. Let's put back our gold. That looks like a good amount that we've got so far. And luckily our quarry is going to help us to process some of this stuff. Now how am I for Eternalist fuel? Alright, I want to leave 2 behind there. And then I'm going to get out my crafting table, aka Philosopher's Stone. And let's see, I'm going to need to make a couple diamond blocks. Because what I'm about to make is going to cost me 2, that's right, 2 dark matter. Pretty expensive item, but that's okay. So there we go. Got myself some dark matter. Perfect. I'll put my Eternalist fuel back there. It's actually 16 that I needed, not 18. Cool. And where was I? That's right. I think I need obsidian for this little toy that I'm about to make, which I believe I stored in my miscellaneous variables. I'm going to need 4 of that. So let's see if I can remember the recipe. It might only be 2 that I need, but I think it's something like this. Those guys there, these 2 here, and some dark matter on either side. Dun 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 dun. Gem of Eternal Density. Love this little toy. It's a wonderful item, especially for when I go mining. And speaking of mining, maybe I should go grab those last couple Eternalist fuels that I got, because I'm going to want to go do that now, especially considering I just used up a bunch of gold and diamond right there, right? So, what does the Gem of Eternal Density do? Well, it's a pretty neat toy, actually. If I were to grab myself some cobblestone, let's just grab a stack for now. And just place this on my hotbar. And let's see what it does when I turn it on, pressing G. It's going to suck up all the cobblestone I've got. And let's grab another stack. And it's just going to keep sucking up that cobblestone until it has enough to create an iron bar. And maybe we just hit that point? Maybe. There we go. So now I got an iron bar's worth. And it just sucked up that iron bar, and it's going to keep sucking until it gets more and more stuff. Dun dun dun. And it's continuously building up that iron bar. And it's going to try and keep about 1 stack of cobble in your inventory for you, which is nice of it. Now I could drop this Gem of Eternal Density in this chest here, but I don't really want to use up all my cobble just yet. But it'll keep compressing all the cobble I get down into iron, and then eventually gold, and all kinds of other cool stuff. And if you turn it off, you'll get back all the uncompressed items. Pretty darn cool. So I can now go mining and not have to worry quite so much about my inventory space. The Gem of Eternal Density will just do a nice job of condensing all the materials I get into diamonds for me. And we'll let that run for a little bit in my next mining expedition, which is probably going to be right about now. How am I for backpack fuel? Good. Eternalist, Destruction Catalyst, I think we're ready to go roll. So I'll meet you guys downstairs and I'll start mining. Alright, so running through my mining caves here, you can see I've been doing a pretty good job with my Destruction Catalyst. Let's charge that guy up. There we are. And then, boom. So that just picked up a good amount of cobblestone and dirt for me. If I turn this guy on right now, you'll see he's going to start sucking up all the cobblestone in my inventory. Awesome. And I'll leave the redstone here just fine. And then I can go mining a little bit and collect all the goodies that are now available to me. And you can see I've already been out here a little bit. Sometimes as I'm exploring down in my mining caves, I use this handy dividing rod here to determine if there's gold in that direction somewhere. There it is. Awesome. And that causes me to want to explore deeper and further along. And how's my gem of eternal density treating me? Pretty good. It's going to just continue to collapse all that junk, the cobble that I collect, that is, and dirt. Sweet. So, I'm going to go ahead and use smooth stone for now. It has the same EMC value. And then continue to mine, as shown. Awesome. And you can see we just got a good amount of stuff again. And it'll just continue to do its thing. So I'm going to mine for a little bit, and I'll catch you guys back here as soon as I'm done. See? Condensing. And it'll condense straight down into diamonds for me eventually. It does take a while to get to the diamond stage, but hey, what else am I going to be doing with my cobble, right? Alright, and thanks to this nice little divining rod, just got myself a little bit more diamond, a little bit more gold and whatnot. I think it's about time to head back to my house. So let's get our wireless remote and portal gun ready. I should probably deactivate this guy a little bit before I forget and start blowing up my house or something. Hey, there we go. Nice. And thanks to my gem of eternal density, by the way, I got some really good stuff compressed at the moment. So let's go ahead and deposit all the junk that we don't want to have in our inventory for the next few minutes. That looks pretty good. And you can see that the reason I'm using the 0.5 second tick here is because it's going to pull stuff out faster than the sorting system, the quarry, can pull things in. So pretty much right now I don't have to worry too much about my sorting system taking care of stuff. Now it looks like I didn't have quite enough room for this gold or iron or copper, so that's going to backlog at the moment, and that's not a big deal, because what's going to happen is my dirt here is going to go ahead and just hang out for a few minutes while I'm waiting for my macerators to do their thing. And you can see there's silver and tin hanging out right now, doing whatever. And as soon as we get some room in here, specifically with this silver bar, and I might as well deposit this thing as well. Alright, so in a second or so, the silver is going to be empty, and we should see our sorting machine here dumping out the items, and then all those items start coming out as well. So my large chest empties out. So it's only a temporary backlog. Again, nothing I'm terribly worried about. Excellent. Cool. Everything's looking good so far. So now let's turn off our gem of eternal density and see what we get. Maybe I should just clear out my hotbar here. I want to see how many items it drops into it. I don't really know what's going to happen at the moment because I haven't used the gem of eternal density yet in this new version of equivalent exchange. Oh, sweet. Got about 8 diamonds, some gold, and some iron, and all my cobblestone returned back to me. So that's kind of good to know. I didn't do too bad, actually. So I can drop all my valuables in here. Nope. This guy goes in there. Much better. And these things in here. I'll drop off this cobble as well. Alright, looking good. So now that I've got some more resources, I can go back to building some cool stuff. And it is just too much fun to watch all these nifty items flowing around through the tubes here. Sorting system doing exactly what it's supposed to. Cooking up my iron, and that one's empty, so that's good. Cool. And now I'm popping back into my buildcraft room just in time to see that I could probably use a little bit more oil. So let's turn on our oil pump there, and we should start seeing it fill up rather quickly, as a matter of fact. So we're giving a good amount of power over to that pump back there in the background. And there it comes. Perfect. So a lot of fuel hanging out, plenty as a matter of fact for right now. My combustion engines are running just fine. They have got plenty of water in them, so they're being kept cool. Looking good. And if we wanted to, we could take a quick peek underground just to make sure that everything's smooth down here. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Oops, that's not what I wanted to see happen. There we go. Yep, everything looks good to me so far. Not having to worry too much. Good. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, so just collected some items here because I want to craft a new item that I need to start using. I've recently been having inventory issues, as you've all noticed, and it's good time for me to go ahead and craft a neat little toy from Equivalent Exchange. Another one of my favorite Equivalent Exchange items. Simply take an alchemical chest, and let's see what the uses of this chest are. You'll notice that if we get 3 of the dark covalence dust, and put it around the alchemical chest with some wool, we'll get all these different colored alchemical bags. Now each of these different bags has a separate inventory. So all I need to do is run over here and grab 3 of these guys. And looks like 5 green wool is what I'm going to use for now. And I'll put the excess stuff here. So I'm going to craft myself a green bag simply by doing this. There we go, green alchemy bag. Sweet. Now the cool thing about this bag is, first off, you just put it in your hand and right click and you've got this awesome inventory of stuff. And I can throw my ruby pickaxe in there, even my gem of eternal density. And you'll notice that as soon as I put it in the bag, it turns on, which is an interesting effect because what that means is that anything that goes into the bag will be condensed as if it were in your inventory. So if I were to grab some of my cobblestone here, let's grab a couple stacks of that. Okay. And notice I put my gem in my bag here and then place my cobblestone inside. It should start condensing it. Or at least I thought it would. You know what? I probably need more cobble because I think... Let's see. There we go. It condensed a bunch of it down into some iron. So what that'll do is instead of running actively like you saw before, it'll just run as soon as it gets enough items to condense. So that is pretty cool. The other good thing about this bag is that if I lose it for whatever reason, the inventory is global across all the green bags in the game. So I can put anything I want in here, really, and not worry about it ever being destroyed. So I'm going to put my diamond handsaw, my screwdriver, I don't know, anything else that I typically would like to have on me but sometimes forget to have. Maybe grab my wrenches and electric tree taps. These are all good things to have. Okay, cool. So at least for now, that's some good stuff to store in there. Even put my food in there. Who cares, right? Oh, wait. I think my gem of eternal density ate my food. Oh, yeah. It converted all my food into iron. Look at that. Oh, well. I'll just go get a bit more of that stuff. Good to know. Gem of eternal density trying to eat my food. But, yeah, so that's a pretty awesome bag to have, and I can pretty much store all my items in here that I don't always need to have on me. Cool. So let's go for a quick run outside. Notice there was a spider there that I killed a few minutes ago. And I want to go check on my quarry, see how it's doing. Ever since the last episode, I haven't been able to get back there and take a look at it, and I would like to see what's going on. So... I'm imagining we've made some progress, and I will give you guys a hint. I believe I encountered a little bit of a marble spawn down there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I definitely did. I noticed some marble landing into that chest of items that I don't know what to do with. And look, there might be even a little bit of a natural cave going on. Cool. So I will head on back to my base and get ready to build something cool. Alright guys, I want to try something brand new now. I have never done this before. I don't know anything about what I'm about to do, and hopefully I'll figure it out and won't look like a total dummy in the process. I'm crafting myself a scoop. That's right guys, it's time to check out some beehive keeping and forestry. I can't wait to check this stuff out, to be honest with you. There's a lot of cool things you can do with beehives and forestry. First off, we got to go find some beehives out in the world. We know that we found some just kind of wandering around out here. I know there was a few in the general area. And this scoop is what I'm going to need to use to get the queen bees out of the beehives. If you go attacking the beehives with anything other than a scoop, well, it's not going to reward you with a bee. So there we go. You want to find this beehive. There's one of them. That's one of the available beehives that are out there in the wild. And just left click on it to break it. And you wind up with a meadows queen. So these orange beehives here are meadow beehives. Pretty cool. Just got myself a pair of queens. And now I want to go into a forest biome. And look, there's another beehive. Sweet. So you can see in these meadows biomes that there's a pretty good number of beehives out there. The other kind of beehives that you're going to find will be in the forest biome, as mentioned a moment ago. So there's one right here, and if we start looking around, hopefully we'll find a nice little beehive to get started. Looking, there's one. Sweet. They're not terribly uncommon. They're not super common either, so you want to find them, and, you know, I'm going to see if I can find one more forest biome beehive. That might be a good thing. But it's not a big deal. You don't need a terribly large number of bees to get started in your beekeeping career. If I can't find another one too soon, I'll probably just head straight back to my house and not worry about it. Yeah, I think that's good. So now that we've set up a neat little beehive area, we've gotten the bees that we need. Now we have to start producing more stuff with them. So I'm going to collect some flowers, because flowers are an important part of this process. Bees use flowers to pollinate and do all that crazy bee stuff that they do. So why don't we go think about exactly where I want to set up this bee system. I'm not sure where I want to place it yet. If I want to place it out by my buildcraft fort, or if I want to place it out somewhere near my original house, maybe up on one of these hills or something. Why don't I think for a few minutes about where I might want to store this cool stuff, and I'll be back in a bit. And you know what? I think I'm going to craft myself something new from Industrial Craft. It's time to make an electronic circuit. And while I'm here, I can grab a couple of you guys and craft right here a battery. That's right, if you're paying attention to my NEI screen, you'll be happy to see that it's time for me to build, the chainsaw. A lot of people have been bugging me to build one of these, so alright, what the heck, I'll build one. If everybody wants me to build one so badly, I guess I can. So I'm going to grab a few iron here. I'm going to go throw them in this induction furnace and let them cook up into refined iron. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab my crafting table, chainsaw. Show me the recipe, please. There we are. Electronic circuit and rechargeable battery. So the chainsaw is to trees what the mining drill is to rock. It'll basically chew up all the trees for me and do a pretty good job. It also works as a pretty decent weapon, so not too bad. Now that I've got some energy stored in it, let's go chop down some trees. It's a pretty cool toy. And just for consideration of all you guys, and also for me as a matter of fact, I've recently disabled sounds in Industrial Craft. So typically this chainsaw makes a very loud noise when it's chopping down trees, and that's not a bad thing if you're not recording YouTube videos, but otherwise I might have just blown out your ears if I hadn't had the sound adjusted properly. So I've actually disabled all Industrial Craft sounds because some of those water mills were causing some problems for me. So just because of that, I decided, you know what, let's just do the right thing and shut down the sounds for now. Some sound codes in Minecraft, and I think this might be a vanilla Minecraft problem, I don't know for sure. Like I said, not a programmer. But sometimes sounds in Minecraft can cause lag, and sometimes they get into this weird looping pattern. So just for that purposes, I did disable sounds altogether for Industrial Craft. So I'm going to chop down some trees for a few minutes here. Like I said, I was starting to get low on wood as it was, and I decided if I'm going to have like a nice little apiary, I should probably build a nice little room for it. So this is going to be another instance where I have just a path that leads through a portal, and it'll wind up leading me towards my apiary. And I'm going to have to go figure out exactly where I want this apiary to be, probably not too far away. But for now, I'm just chopping down some trees, because I figured, hey, if I'm building an apiary, it should probably be made of wood. So I'm going to build a nice little wood house for these bees to live in. Sounds like fun. So I'll be back in a few minutes. And I think before I go out and start doing this, I should probably move this stuff. I'm going to pick up my portal spawner right here, and replace the hole in the wall I just made. And pick this guy up. And these guys. So 100 was my receiver, and I assume that means 101 was my transmitter. And I'm going to move it over to this room over here. So let's set down receiver, transmitter, spawner, pressure plate. So receiver was 100, right? And this guy was orange, I want to say. You'll notice there's a new interface there. Remember I told you that there was an update? Yep. There we go, and this should be 101. And if I laid all this cool stuff out properly, I should be able to now walk through here. Perfect. So yeah, there are now different guns available for Portal. And there's a bunch of different colors also available, and I'll probably be taking advantage of those in the future. In fact, maybe I want to do it now. That might be a cool idea. I'm going to go through here. Yeah, it's not going to work, see? So let's put down this guy like so. Nice. And then we'll just open up the orange portal here. And let's maybe make this portal color. And I don't exactly know what colors go with what, but I'm hoping iTunes made this easy on us. Let's see. Maybe it's just these two match like so. So if I wanted to make this yellow and red, that might work. Let's try it. Yellow on this side. And red on this side. Ta-da! How cool is that? And it doesn't interfere with my existing portals. I like it. As a matter of fact, I like it quite a lot. Alright, so now what I can do, of course, is put up a little sign here that says where this portal goes. Where's my Philosopher's Stone? There we go. Oops. I wanted to do this. And we'll say with sticks and signs, whatnot, etc., etc. Alright, so I'll just place a sign right here that says this leads to my, I don't know, Buildcraft room. Not a bad name for it. Sweet. And then I'll have to have another portal spawner right here that'll lead me to the next place, but we'll deal with that in a moment once I've built said next place. Let's go find a nice spot for it. Alright, so I feel like this nice open field right here might be a perfect spot to build this nice little apiary that I want to build. I'm going to go ahead and head back to my base real quick now that I've found a nice spot, and I'm going to get ready for all the good stuff I want to bring with me to do this little expedition. So also note that I didn't change the color of this portal, so that's intentional. Alright, so let's go ahead and figure out exactly what I want to do to bring all this out. And I should probably clean up this floorboard that I left a mess about a minute ago as well. Alright, so let's head back out to our little apiary place. Now what I'm going to do here is probably just build a nice one of those standard direwolf houses. That's just a nice square house. But I'm going to do it a little bit magically with my friend the filler and some landmarks. So let's lay down our landmarks like so, and let me figure out exactly how long I want this guy to be. And there we go, just putting down the final touches here. I think that looks like a pretty nice specced out area for an apiary. What do you guys think? Not bad. And if I place down my filler here, and of course I want to tell my filler that this is a bricks in a square for the walls filler. And then I can place down my golden conductive and power teleport pipes, and I'll go get my landmarks in a minute, don't worry. Frequency 1, I'm not going to set it to true just yet. Now remember, I'm using frequency 1 again, so this is going to pretty much use a little bit of the power from my quarry, which is not a big deal. The quarry might slow down for a few minutes while this thing's building, but overall it won't be a huge ordeal. Building is hard work. Alright, and let's get ourselves some wood. There we are, nice. We'll just place all the wood in here, and hopefully I have enough wood, but if not, I can always go chop down some more trees, or maybe even get myself some equivalent exchange stuff. Receiving true, please. Oh, there we go. Looks like it's just not going to clear this little thing out for me. So let's remedy that real fast. Where's my friend the you? Have any sticks? I do. Not sure why that thing isn't auto-clearing grass for me. It should. It really should. That's right, I don't want any grass in here anyway, so... Me and grass are not friends. That's why I love this little sickle from Red Power. So of course, this thing's building a little bit slower than you saw it last time. That's because I don't really quite have enough power to run both my quarry and this machine all at the same time. But I'll be back once it's done building my room for me. And a Minecraft day later, left a blue portal out there for me. Let's see. There we go. Sweet. How's the building going? I made it pretty tall too while I was at it. Oh yeah, it looks like it's moving along rather nicely. Wonder what the inside looks like. I'll have to wait until this thing's out of resources or whatnot to be done. Oh yeah, it's out. So let's see how we made out. I'm just going to set this guy to false for a moment and try and sneak inside. Oh yeah, we did fine. And I don't actually want wood on the roof, so I'm going to call this guy done. Thank you, Mr. Machine. Any dirt for me? Thank you. There we go. Let's go inside here, and this is going to be another instance where I'm just going to probably clean up a little bit off camera, but just rest assured that what I'm going to wind up doing is putting the entire roof as glass. So I basically want the roof to work as a completely covered in glass area, and that's what I'm going to probably wind up doing next. So I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes once that's done. Hey, that's not half bad looking, is it? Nope, not at all. Except for this big ugly pillar of cobblestone that I used to climb up to my ceiling with. But otherwise, looks pretty sharp. Alright, let's head back home. How'd I make out with glass, by the way? Oh good, I still have some left. And all the goodies I need. So let's build an apiary. And if you're wondering what happened to my queens, by the way, they're right in there. Don't worry. Alright, let's see if I can remember the recipe for this guy. I looked them up a little while ago. First off, I need some bronze. Let's do this to get myself some bronze ingots. And if I place them in a square like so, I get myself a sturdy machine. And I'm actually going to go with 2 of these guys for now. That sounds good to me. Next up, let's get ourselves some sticks. And again, we're upgrading ourselves to wooden gears and then cobblestone gears. But this time, we're going to upgrade these gears to tin gears, I believe it is. There we go. And if I place my tin gears around these things here with some glass, that might not be the recipe. I think it's glass on the sides and gears in the corners. Hey, there we go. Apiary. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and make myself another one real fast. There we go, a second apiary. Now these guys are going to pretty much be self-contained ways to do everything I need to do with my beekeeping. And we'll get a good solid start here, and then I'll have to come back in a little bit of time in the future to kind of, see how things made out. So let's run through. I think I still have my portals up back there, and I also need to set up an actual portal thing so that I can step through and get to where I need to go. But for now, let's go ahead and place down our apiary like so. And there's 3 things that apiaries need in order to work. And I'm placing these 3 blocks away from here and 3 blocks away from here. And if I check this side, 1, 2, 3, that looks like a pretty nice layout for apiaries, huh? Yeah, definitely. You'll note that the interface is pretty simple and straightforward, and like I said, there's only a few things you need to do to get apiaries going. Number 1 is have a flower nearby. So that flower is going to be more than enough for both apiaries, I believe. Second off, you need an unobstructed view of the sky, and I believe that glass counts. And why don't I go make sure I sleep through the night just to make sure that everything's good. We'll go ahead and place our portal right here. And finally, you just need to place your queen right inside. So let's try it out. I'm going to place inside this guy a Meadows queen. Hey, look at that. It's working. Everything's happy. So this is the health bar of the queen. And what's going to happen is over time, the queen is going to produce some stuff for me, but it's going to have a toll on her health, and she's going to start to get weak and die. But when she dies, she leaves behind some eggs, which will hatch into a drone and a princess. And then we'll be able to mate our drone and princess to get another queen. It sounds pretty straightforward because it is. Now, the interesting thing is we can mate drones and queens between different species. So we've got our forest queen here. So if we were to get a forest princess and a meadows drone, we'd be able to mate them to get a forest meadows queen. And we can do all kinds of different combinations and all kinds of different bees. So let's give this guys a few minutes. And while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and look up a recipe here. Not sure what it is. The apiarist's chest. And this guy, I'm going to need some honeycombs. So let's see, is that what these guys are producing for me right now? Let's give our apiaries a few minutes and we'll see. We'll be back once some progress has been made. Alright, and as you guys can see, some time has passed, and first off, the health bar of my queens here is starting to drop, and I'm starting to get these honeycombs, which is exactly what I was looking for, because that's what I need for my apiarist's chest. Also, you'll note that some flowers are starting to reproduce around here. So that's one of the side effects of having these apiaries, is they'll start producing flowers nearby, which is pretty neat. So I'll wait a few more minutes and get a few more honeycombs, and then we'll come back and make that chest. Oh yeah, there we go. That should be enough honeycomb right now. Now these honeycombs have a lot of uses, but for now I'm just going to use them to create that APR chest, as I mentioned. And what was the recipe for that guy again? Something like this. Alright, glass on top, that's all it was. Pretty simple. Cool. I haven't used this guy before, so let's throw him down right here in between my two chests. That looks pretty good. Oh, neat. That's right. The APR's chest will kind of tell you what kind of cool stuff you've got going on here. So for now, I'm going to throw this Meadows Queen in. And as you can see, when I mouse over the Meadows Queen, it'll tell us that we've, what it is. It's a Meadows. And what it mates with and what it produces. And we haven't found any combinations just yet. So for now, I think we're in good shape. Can I store honeycombs in here too? Oh yeah, I can. I'll store those maybe somewhere else. I don't know, maybe there's fine. But there's also 5 pages in here, so there's a lot of room to store your queens, princesses, and drones. And let's see, how's this guy doing? My Meadows Queen here is starting to get a little sickly looking, and my Forest Queen is about the same. So maybe we'll wait until these progress bars have dropped all the way down, and then I'm going to wrap up the episode, because it feels like it's getting a little long. Alright, so it looks like this apiary is all done. I got myself a good number of honeycombs out of it. And there's my princess, and I got 3 drones. And if I'm not wrong about this, I believe the number of drones you get is a little bit random. And also you'll notice that right now the apiary is telling me that there's no queen. That's a problem, we need a new queen. So let's go over here and check out what we got. Forest princess and forest drone. And we'll combine our honeycombs like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my Meadows princess over here with a forest drone, and you'll note that they start mating. Dun dun dun, and we've got a forest Meadows queen. Cool. So primary is forest and secondary is meadows, and it's going to pretty much do the same thing it was doing a few minutes ago. And I'm going to do the opposite over here, forest princess and meadows drone. Dun 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 dun. And there's some random chances here, pretty much. We got here a forest meadows queen. There's actually, as you can see right here, 11 different types of species, and we're starting to determine. Let's see. I'll put my maybe I'll put my drones on page 2. Sure, why not? So meadows and forest. We haven't really determined too much yet, but you can see we've got 2 queens, 2 princesses, and 6 drones. Okay, cool. Good to know. Not sure exactly how that math adds up. Maybe that's the number that we've so far discovered in total. I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, because I don't have any princesses in here, but we already did get 2 princesses, so alright, neat. So basically what's going to happen here now is these guys are going to continue to do their thing, but look, it's not daytime, so they're not going to produce during the day. So I'll have to go sleep through the night here, but they're going to produce honeycomb, and like I said, there's 11 different types of species, and if we start combining our queens, we might start stumbling upon other species that produce stuff more than just honeycomb. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff to produce. But for now, like I said, a pretty good wrapping up point. So I think what I'm going to do is go off camera here and just set up a little teleport system, and then I'll catch you guys next time in episode 15, where I'll start doing a little bit more with this beekeeping stuff, and then maybe, I don't know. I think it's starting to get close to time to start creating stuff automatically, but we'll have to see what happens. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 14. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy.